Well, I was looking at the notes. It looks like you've used ApplicantStack in the past for recruiting.
Yes, I have. And that was,
Okay.
I want to say, 2 or 3 years ago. And I did like it.
Okay.
I just at the time, I think I was only using Indeed, or that was like where all of our applicants were coming from, and I didn't have like,
Sure.
I guess, a need for any of the other parts of applicant stack, or I guess I didn't fully
Okay.
understand everything that it did. But now at my previous company, we have applicants go to our website to download like a PDF of our application because they can't submit it online, and then have them fill it out and email it back to us. And I was just thinking like if we could streamline that process, that would be awesome. And all of our
Oh yeah.
we do heavily recruit through Indeed right now, and we have
Okay.
multiple managers. Yeah, we have like 12 stores, but I think overall like 15 locations. So 15 managers that log in to Indeed to go in and contact candidates for each job opening that they have at their store.
Okay. So you're just looking for a way to streamline the recruiting process, or do you need something to quickly onboard those new hires as well?
Possibly both, but I think what I was really interested in was maybe having, I don't know if I read it right, but having applicants just go to ApplicantStack to complete a application on there, and then what that looked like,
Uh-huh.
and how if all of our managers would be able to use ApplicantStack, or what the process is.
Oh yeah. So essentially, ApplicantStack is just the behind the scenes platform. So it's
Mhm.
all cloud based. So all of your stores and your managers, they can access the portal. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So if I change this, the the portal that you're seeing now is the same view for everybody. What
Okay.
changes is just the roles in the system. So you've got
Okay.
admins, recruiters, and hiring managers. So you can set it up so that specific managers can only see specific jobs. So that
Okay.
way, if not all jobs or positions pertain to everybody, when you're creating the jobs, whether it be a pharmacist or an
Oh,
assembler or a ride operator, I could say Bill can see the ride operator and any candidate that applies to that. So he can manage those,
oh,
move them through the pipe, knock them out if they're not qualified. And then when he goes in there and leaves notes or, removes that candidate from the position, he can let other sales managers know about that specific candidate. So you can leave feedback. You've got rating features in here.
mhm,
So how it works is ApplicantStack partners with different job boards, right? So let me show you that.
mhm. Yeah, I've seen
And
that,
then
and then
you
I
just,
don't
and
remember. Oh, sorry. I was
so
just
you
gonna
just
say I don't
select
remember
what
if
job board.
oh my sorry, my phone is has
There's
like a lag to it. But I was going to ask, so I don't remember. I know that we paid for applicant stack like up front, but then can you like with Indeed we put down like additional money to like sponsor the job? Is that, can we
uh-huh.
do the same thing through applicant
That's
stack?
still an option.
Okay.
Yeah. So ApplicantStack, so on your screen, you're seeing all the job boards that we partner with. So you can post to all those job boards for free. Some of them you do need to have a profile on their platform. So Career Builder, Dice, Monster. In order to post there, you've got to go create a profile on their platform. And it's free. But then once you have the profile created, you can work separately with those companies to pay additional monies to enhance those listings. But it's through Monster or Career Builder, right? It's separate from Applicant Stack.
Yep. Gotcha. Okay.
So what will happen is I can choose to activate all these different job boards. And then once I create my job listing, I can post to all of them at once. I can just bulk select them all. And then I can push my job listings out to those job boards. when candidates go to those job boards, Indeed, Glassdoor, LinkedIn, they're going to find your description that you build. And they're going to read through the description, see if it's something that they want to apply for. When they hit apply, we're going to redirect them to ApplicantStack, but it's going to appear that they're applying through that job board. So it's all working behind the scenes, right? So up at the top, you've got your different, right? You're going to spend most of your time in jobs and candidates, right? Emails, it's just a list of all the emails. So if you decide to email candidates, I can check all the emails. Tasks and events are internal use only. So if I've got a candidate that I want to assign a task to check background references or a drug test, I can create that task and assign it to a specific manager to complete that task in order for us to progress forward in hiring that candidate. Okay. An event, we can do scheduling events, interviews, job fairs, and we can actually tie that to, if I open up the integrations right here, we can tie that to a Google Calendar or a Microsoft Outlook. So I could come in here and say, nice, here's Bill Moore. I want to schedule an in-person interview for September 3rd. I'm going to go create that event. I'm going to assign it to a manager, and then it's going to populate on my Google Calendar or my Microsoft Outlook calendar.
Cool.
Okay. So let me go to the Jobs tab here. So this is just going to show you all of your open jobs that you've created. And that list can get pretty big, so you can filter and search for different or specific job titles or locations or departments, right? And then over on the right, you've got your stage. And then as you launch them to different job platforms, you'll see the icon of the job platform that you posted them to. So at a quick glance, I know that this pharmacist job is posted to Google, Indeed, LinkedIn, Glassdoor. Okay. And then the stage allows me to track the progress. Is it a draft? Have I posted it yet? Is it open? Has it been filled, or is it on hold? Okay. So each one of these categories up here, jobs, candidates, emails, has a secondary menu on the far right in dark gray. And it will change based off of what tab I'm in. So we're in the jobs tab. So all of this is job related. Okay. So up at the top, I can create a job. And I can start from a blank form, or I can create a template of a job that I continually need to hire for, and I can create a template so I don't have to create from a blank form every time. Okay. So this is going to be the job description, what candidates are going to find on those different job boards and decide whether or not they want to apply. So you just need to complete the fields with an asterisk, and then you control what is visible to the candidate. So do I want them to see the salary range? Do I want them to see a job category? Or am I going to leave those blind, but they're visible to the job board so they can be properly classified?
Gotcha.
Okay. Then you've got your job description, and then you've got your user access. So the job owner is going to be responsible for, the creation, but also they can change and interact with the job. When they'll get emailed as candidates come through. If I come in here and change the stage, they'll be emailed as well. And then hiring managers, they can interact with candidates and review resumes, cover letters, give rating and feedback, and even change those candidates through the workflow. Okay, so the workflow down here at the bottom I'm going to click back to the home screen. Workflow is the stages that your candidates flow through in your internal process. So they apply, it's a new candidate. We can send them an automated email letting that candidate know that we've received their application. Then some type of internal manager review. Then a phone screen or interview, reference check, right? Whatever your process is, you can customize this so that the stages are correct.
Okay.
You can also create workflows for different jobs, right? So an assembler
Mhm.
may only have 3 stages, right? New applicant, manager review, phone screen, hire. Versus a pharmacist may have, you know, double the amount of stages because it's a more complex job,
Mhm.
right? So I can create a different
Yep.
workflow for each job, okay? So I'll go back to job, I'll go create job, I'll go from a template, pharmacist, submit. So we just complete our job description, assign it to who's going to have visibility to candidates coming through, and then is there a specific job workflow, or are you going to use the default one that we just looked at on the home screen?
We can use the default.
From here, say that again.
Oh, nothing. Keep going. Sorry.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, sorry. My phone is just laggy. It's definitely me. I don't know what the deal is.
You want to hang up and call back in, see if it works?
Yeah, I'll try my computer audio. Yeah, I'll call back.
Okay.
Okay. 1 second. Bye.
Uh-huh. Okay. So now we've got our foundation. Now what we're going to go do is we're going to go back in and we're going to customize that job. Okay. So I'm going to go back into the job that I just created. And now we're going to create an application in the system, right? So we've got an
Yeah.
application for an employment. So in our system, you're going to custom build your application, and you can custom build it for every job, or you can use one of the templates that we provide to you. And then once you build your own, you can save it in your library. Okay, so you can add from the library if you want to. You just go find that that questionnaire or the application that you've created. Okay? And it's 100% custom. So whatever you want to gather, you just put in here. And then you've got the option to share it, copy it. It can be public or it can be internal only. Okay, so everything in here is custom. Okay, so you'll design your application. Then you can even add questionnaires. So if you've got specific needs or certifications or abilities, you can have custom questions on your application or even a separate questionnaire. And then we can put scoring rules on those questions so that as candidates are applying and they're answering those custom questions, we're going to give them points or we're going to knock them out because they're not qualified. Okay, so what happens is if I click on my candidates tab up at the top, all the candidates, no matter what job board they find you on, as long as they apply through ApplicantStack, they are going to funnel into this portal right here. And it's going to show us where they applied, so what job board, what job they applied for, and then if we're using the scoring, the system will automatically tell us who our top rated candidates are versus candidates that have been knocked out, meaning they're just not qualified for the position. We still keep all of their information so that if a future job ever becomes available, I can send them the job description through our system and say, hey, you applied for an accounting manager, but you didn't have the qualification. However, you do fit that of a ride operator. So I'm going to send the ride operator job to that candidate, see if they're interested.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. So using the scoring just on the application or even a separate questionnaire that they may fill out during the application process is going to have the system do all the legwork for you. Because there's nothing worse than getting a pool of 15, 20 candidates, and then spending time reviewing candidates just to find out, hey, they're not qualified, right? They don't have a driver's license, or they're not 18. So that's a huge time saver, right? So once you build your application, and if you put scoring rules on, then if you need to assign a task to a job, so a drug screen or a reference check, background screening, we can create a task and label that task, or maybe we want to have a scorecard go out internally and have your manager score candidates. So I could input some type of scorecard in here. And then I just assign it to which hiring manager I want to complete that task, and then if I want to remind them until it's completed. Okay.
Cool.
Same idea with an event. So whether it's an interview, some type of collegiate event, or a job fair, I can schedule an event through this system. Yeah. So I just assign it to the hiring manager, I name the event, populate the date and the time, and then do I want to set an email reminder? So I actually remind my manager, hey, you've got an interview today at 3, be available. Okay.
Nice.
So that's just all building listing, right? Very simple. Okay. Then you can actually go back into the listing itself and preview. So this will be what the candidate sees. So this banner up here is customizable. So you can put the name of ASCO distribution and your logo up there. So no matter if they find you on Indeed or LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever, they're always going to see your banner.
Okay.
Okay. And they're going to see the job description you created. And then if they want to apply now, you can see the custom application that you've built. So you're designing all of this. Contact information,
Gotcha,
if you want to collect a resume, letter, right, all the way down. And then you decide, hey, you need to fill in references. So if someone forgets to put in a reference, they can't submit it down at the bottom. So if they have to complete every field, those custom questions, if they leave them blank and they go to submit, they'll get an error message and we'll highlight the fields and say, nope, you need to fill out these fields before you submit it back into ApplicantStack.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. So really cool that you can preview what the candidate will see before you even launch it to a job board. Okay. So once you're ready to go, then you just come to the Launch tab. And it's going to have all of your job boards available that you want to post to. So you mentioned they'll go to your website and get an application. We can actually create a link directly on your home screen or your website. Okay. So over on the right, we can go to Open Job Board. This will actually redirect them to your website and show all of the available jobs that you have open. So they go to your website, they go to your careers page, and they're going to see all the jobs that you have available. They can apply directly from your website, and it's going to push them back into ApplicantStack. So no more printing off and then emailing in an application. It's all going to funnel into ApplicantStack.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Yep. So you've got all the big brand job boards, social media sites, and then you can also manually post. So a real popular one is Craigslist, right? Or maybe up there in Washington, you've got an industry-specific website or just a local job board that's really popular. We can copy and paste the link, and then we can label it one time. So you can virtually post anywhere. You're not limited to these job boards. You want to post on Craigslist? Cool. Log into your Craigslist account, go to the job board, copy and paste the URL one time, label it so we can report on it, Now you can post on Craigslist forever.
Cool.
Okay. Like you mentioned earlier, you can work with these third parties like Indeed. So if I go post job, I get the option to pay additional monies with Indeed to sponsor these listings.
Okay.
Okay. That's just optional. So I can skip this and then I just bulk select where I want to post my job. Then I hit
Nice.
next
Okay.
down at the bottom and I finalize just a few more things about the job. I hit next and I'm done. It will post to all of those job boards. If it's the first time that you're using ApplicantStack posting to those job boards, it can take 2 to 3 days. After you continue to post jobs, they will go live in 24 hours. Within 24 hours.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, just depends on the board. Okay, so then the job's out there, whatnot, and now we just need to manage the job. Okay, so the stages are right below the job name. So right now my X-ray technician is in an open job. So it's out there, I'm waiting for applicants to find it and apply for it. So right next to it in the green box is how I change the stage.
Okay.
And again, it's customizable, right? So a
Mhm.
draft, I haven't posted anywhere, it's open, it's canceled, it's on hold. If you need to add more stages in there, you definitely can. It's all customizable.
Okay.
Okay? So your jobs are out there, they're on different job boards, candidates start applying, you hit the candidates tab, and again, doesn't matter what position they're applying for, where they find us on what job board, they're all going to funnel into this portal. So all your managers can log into one portal and see every candidate that's been assigned to them, right? The job that they're managing.
Mhm.
Now, each candidate has a profile. So if I click on each candidate, it's going to show me their application, their resume, cover letters, their answers to the questions. Maybe you've sent them a custom questionnaire. Managers can come in here and leave feedback, even give a rating. This is a top candidate or no, they're not qualified. You can track the progress, so you can see when they're moving through your hiring and the date. If there's any open tasks or events that need to be completed, or maybe there's an upcoming interview. Okay. And then you've got a history tab. So the history tab is going to show you all the emails. If you text using our system, it'll show you the text messages. If they've applied for multiple positions or if they've applied for the same position over and over again, you can search this history and find what you're looking for. So it'll keep a complete record and we never delete anything out of here.
Okay. Nice.
Okay. Just like the job, we need to change the stages of the candidate, right? So right now, this candidate's in a manager review. In the green, if she passes the manager review, I can change her to a phone screen. And we can tell the system to automatically send out emails to that candidate, letting them know, hey, we've reviewed your application. We would like to set up a phone screen. So you just plug in an automatic email with a template to go out to say what you wanted to say.
Perfect.
And then you can also notify other managers on the team as well. So if you've got multiple managers looking at this candidate or the position, they'll know that, hey, we are setting up a phone interview with this candidate so we don't double up on it. Okay. So the system is extremely simple to use. It's all custom It's all self-service, and that's why it's so budget friendly, right? It's on the lower spectrum of pricing because you can come in here and customize it and do everything yourself. That's the mindset behind it. And it's simple.
Yeah, no, I liked it previously when I used it.
Yeah. So that's where you'll spend most of your time, is in the jobs and candidates. But the library is a library. So if I create templates for my jobs, they're stored in here, so I don't have to start over every time. If I create questionnaires or applications, they'll all be stored in here. Different documents. So if you did want to use our system to onboard new hires, you can store offer letters in here that you can send out to the candidates once you move them to a hired stage. And if they need to sign off on it, they can, and then send it back into the system. Okay, and then you've got your report. So these reports are extremely helpful, like your source performance. That will tell you, hey, I'm posting to Indeed, LinkedIn, Monster, and Google for Hire. Show me which one is providing the most candidates, the best candidates, and which am I hiring from the most? Is it Indeed or is it Monster? Okay. You can also create your own reports in here. So all of the reports down here at the bottom, I can customize. So for example, if I click this top one, the candidate detail, I'm going to clone. So I'm actually going to design my own report. And I'm going to name it whatever I want. I'm going to save it as a favorite so I can reuse it. And then down at the bottom, I just build my report. So here's what I'm currently searching for, but I don't need date created. But I do want the score. And I want to know what state they're in. And then that's all I need for candidates. Maybe there's questions. So are they authorized to work in the US? And are you 18 years of age? Close that down. Maybe there's a question on the application, right? So I can sit here and just build my own report. And as long as we're pulling it into the system, we can report on it. Okay.
Okay.
So from there, if you wanted to use the onboarding, what that allows us to do is if I go back to the candidates and I select any one of these guys, I can move them to a hired stage. And same idea, I can send them an email congratulating them, letting them know that I would like to hire them. And then I can create a workflow, just like on the recruiting side, except on the onboarding side, we want to send that new candidate new hire paperwork. So traditionally, you hire someone, you say, hey, come to the office June 1st, bring a number 2 pencil and an ID. And for the first 2 hours, we're going to sit you in an office and you're going to complete tax information and policies and handbooks and whatever, right? That's their day one. Well, let's have this system do it for them. So we can create a workflow that knows that this is for the ride operator. So when I move Bob into the hired stage for the ride operator, up here at the top, I can switch from recruiting to onboarding. Now this is my hiring portal. So I've got my new hires here, or I can click at the top. Okay. All this does is allow me to upload all of my new hire documentation. We already include state and federal tax documents, I-9, direct deposit, emergency contact, background check, you name it. So you would just need to upload company handbook, policies, procedures, driver's licenses, certifications, right? Whatever you need your new hires to fill out. And we're going to build them a packet, right? Tax information, background check, direct deposit, I-9, whatever. Okay. And then we're going to email them that packet, and we can actually view it. So again, on the far right, down at the very bottom, view portal. So we're going to email them that new hire packet. It's a secure email. There's a link that they have to click, and they have to verify who they are. Once they verify who they are, they're going to be able to access their portal and all their new hire paperwork. And then they're just going to start each task, and they're going to complete their new hire documentation, right? And the systems all communicate. So we're going to pull information from the application, and we're going to pre-populate it on as many forms as possible. One, to reduce mistakes, but two, to make it a faster onboarding process. Okay. Then they're just going to fill out their tax forms, their policies and procedures, handbooks, whatever, and they're going to submit it back into ApplicantStack. Okay. And they can do that through a mobile phone, a tablet, or a computer. So very, very simple. And then you can track their progress. So as they complete each form, they're going to drop from a not complete status down here to completed. And you'll be able to open each one in a PDF or a text file, you know, whatever it comes back as. And you can review them, you can print them, you can save them to your computer, or you can export the data so that you can send it to payroll. And then they can put that new hire into payroll with their tax information, their address, their phone number, all that good stuff. Right? And then whoever does your payroll, they can quickly just upload that new hire into payroll.
Nice, okay.
Right? So gone are the days of come to the office, fill out this paperwork day one. Nope. We can email it to them beforehand, have them complete it. So on day one, they can show up and actually start working. Or we can create stages. So they fill out their paperwork, cool. Now I'm going to send them an orientation packet. Let them know, hey, I need you to packet. Or maybe it's training document. So that way they're prepared and ready to go before their first day of work, right? It's all done.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect.
So yeah, that's ApplicantStack recruiting and onboard.
Awesome. Yeah, I didn't know about the onboarding feature, so that's cool.
Yeah. So you just upload your documents and store them in your library here, right? So we'll include, again, all the state and federal tax documents for all 50 states. We upload or we update those automatically. We include like background checks and direct deposit forms. So there's a lot already in here for you to utilize, or you just add form over on the far right. And as long as it's already on your computer, you just go retrieve whatever files or forms that you need and save them in the library, right?
Cool.
So the best part is, like I said before, it is self-service, but when you do activate your account, we do provide you with implementation and training at no cost. You'll get a free one-time call with our industry expert. His name is Mark. And if you have questions about how to build an application or a questionnaire or how to upload files, he'll help you. But in the right-hand corner, you get this orange box with the white question mark in it. This will allow you to open up a help center. And I use this every day, and this is what our support team uses. So if I needed help building an application, I just search for application, and it will show me how to configure an application, how to build a questionnaire, and it'll give you step-by-step instruction on how to do it.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. When you first log in, there's also a couple of tutorial videos, how to get started on both the recruiting side and the onboarding side. Okay, but if you're the slightest bit tech savvy, familiar with computers, uploading documents or whatnot, this will be no problem for you to design and build and utilize. It's so easy. It actually takes me longer to talk about than it does to use.
Yeah, no, from what I remember, it was really easy to use and set up.
Yeah. Yeah. So gone are the days of everyone logging into Indeed and kind of being all over the place. Nope, they'll just log into ApplicantStack, and depending on what jobs they've been assigned to, or if everyone has the same visibility rights, they'll be able to see all their open jobs, and then candidates, but what stage each candidate is in. Right? So this accounting manager job, I could click new, and it'll show me all the new candidates that have applied for the accounting manager job.
Cool, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I did record this, by the way, so I'll send you a copy of it if you want to share it with your team.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. And then the pricing is extremely simple. So it's just a month-to-month service. So it's just pay as you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For both recruiting and onboarding, you're $135 per month. And that is for unlimited job postings and unlimited candidates coming through the system. Okay. What will change your pricing is a few different things. So if I go to configure and I come to my users, we care about how many users you want in the system. So you get 1 admin and 5 hiring managers for $135 per month.
5 admin and, sorry, can you say that again? Or
1 admin, and again, I'll send it to you in an email with it.
Okay, perfect.
Yep, 1 admin. The admin has full rights into the system. They can add users, remove users. They can also control the billing. Right, so you can use the platform for 6 months. If you don't like it, the admin can log in here and turn off your account. No more monthly bills. Okay, you can add as many users as you want. So an admin, each additional is $50 per month for them to use both products. So the R is recruiting, the O is onboarding. Okay. Hiring managers are $14 per month for each additional over the 5.
Okay.
Okay. They are interchangeable. So
nice.
myself here, if I'm no longer needed, I can just come in here and edit this, and I could put someone else in. Okay. The only additional charge would be if you wanted texting. If you want the ability to text straight through this system, communicate with candidates, you're $25 per month for unlimited texting. And that's where a lot of our competition will get you. Is they'll say it's $25 for 200 texts. And not realizing this, I spoke to a guy last week who thought that was a great deal until he got his $4,000 invoice because of texting.
Oh
It was
my
like 25
gosh.
cents per text. Yeah, he was pissed.
I'm
And
sure.
when he heard $25 unlimited, yep, he signed right up and canceled them.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, right? 25 cents. Yikes, crazy. So, have you signed up for the trial?
No, I haven't yet. Just since I'd used it before, I
So,
had like some questions that I wanted to clarify.
sure. Well, I'd highly recommend go to ApplicantStack.com and sign up for the trial. It's no obligation, no credit card needed. You just put in who the admin is, put in the name of your company, the time zone that you're in, and then hit save, and it'll send you an email. And you can log in, and you can literally do everything that we looked at today, except for two things. On the trial account, Indeed does not let you post to their job board.
Okay.
They are our primary, okay? So a couple of years ago, they did allow trial accounts to post, but they got inundated with fraud.
Oh,
So they were
okay.
like, nope, right? If you want to post to Indeed with ApplicantStack, you've got to be, you have to have an active account. So you can post to any other job board, just not Indeed, until you're an active subscriber.
Okay, good to know.
The only other thing you can't trial, is texting. Simply because I can't say it's free when there's outside charges that apply with texting. So you can't text on that.
Okay. Okay.
But other than that, you can go in there, you can create jobs, you can create questionnaires, applications, you can even upload paperwork. And then at any point during that trial, if you want to activate your account, you just go into the billing section, put in a credit card, and then select the features you want, add as many users as you want, and then it will show you what your monthly cost will be before you hit go. And then once you hit go, whatever your total is, if it's just 135 bucks, it'll bill your card immediately for the next month. And then after that, it's just a month-to-month reoccurring cost. It'll just hit your card automatically.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. And then the only other thing is when you do activate your account, I'll be notified with an email. So I'll contact you and say, hey, great, glad you got started. I'm going to get you over to implementation and training with Mark. So I'll submit you and your company to him. He'll contact you within the first week, schedule that training call. And then I always recommend, if you've been using the trial and you've got questions, jot down those questions so you can ask him during that training call and he can help you out.
Okay, nice. Okay.
Yeah. Any questions at all?
No, you answered all of the questions I had.
Beautiful. I try to do that, so. Okay, well, I will send you a copy of today's webinar, and then I'll put in there the pricing structure so you can see it as well, okay?
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Yep, you're very welcome. Have a good day. If you have any other questions, let me know.
Okay, thanks. Bye.